Feeling productive is a fluid experience. For example, having to attend many virtual meetings in a day may give some folks a sense that they'll get less things done that day. If that's the case for you, welcome to the first episode of this Working From Home series, where I will share 5 approaches you can quickly implement on meeting-heavy days to improve your relationship with your sense of productivity. For starters, the most immediate thing you can do when you feel this way is to flow, pause, and anticipate. Having back-to-back meetings can create a sense of anxiety for some or even dread, especially if there isn't enough time between meetings to do a lot of the things they would prefer doing. When you have those days, acknowledge that it's okay to not feel as productive, and focus on giving it your best in those working sessions with people. Also take the pauses in between sessions to take a break, to breathe, to stretch, and drink water. If you feel an absolute urge to want to complete more tasks, then you can also have an ongoing to-do list of things you pull up that contains 15 to 30-minute tasks you would like to accomplish both in your personal and work life, and that you can knock out during the pauses between your video calls. Some of the things on this list could be paying your bills, or learning from short how-to videos, or reading industry articles, or reviewing informational slide decks, or even building an outline for a project. A more long-tail approach is to begin to tell people what you want. Over time, you gain a sense of when you're most productive, and with that knowledge, I keep my personal calendar private, but I keep my calendar for work visibly open to everyone in my organization. And I create do not book blocks on my calendar to help people know when it's not a good time for us to meet. For example, I work best batching all my meetings in the mornings and using the evenings for other tasks to reduce switching to different contexts so frequently. And when I have supported customers in other time zones from California, then on Tuesdays and Thursdays were my mornings where I had from 7 to 9 a.m. a slot called early time zone calls here if needed. Also note, if you're a subject matter expert and a large portion of your meetings could be reduced by answering the questions in bulk, you can also create weekly office hour time slots and have a running frequently asked questions doc you ask people to review before joining. Aside from designated explicit blocks on my calendar for meetings, I also communicate verbally that mornings work best for me, and that my calendar is up to date for people to find time slots that work best for them. This strategy of being straightforward with preferences has dramatically improved my sense of productivity. Another approach, probably less talked about, is supporting protocols that enable attendees to feel that the meeting is also productive for them, because they're able to freely share their mind without repercussions. A nonverbal manner to do this is to intentionally display a background that promotes a feeling of safety. For example, what's nice about virtual meetings is you can offer people a safe space by intentionally turning your camera on and displaying a background that shares a small window into who you are. This can naturally inspire others to share about themselves and or connect with you. I personally use a backdrop of a forest because it's soothing, and it generates a lot of friendly chats as people join a call. Other peers print quotes or even pin their children's artwork in the background. The point is you share something about yourself, and in turn it opens an invitation for others to do the same. A fourth approach to improve your sense of productivity when dealing with days of lots of meetings is using digital note-taking to support your manifestation of ideas faster. I used to love handwritten notes, but when it came to sharing those notes, I had to find more hours in the day to transcribe each session digitally, on top of reminding people of their action items. This is why it's helpful to create meeting notes, brainstorming notes, or summaries in digital formats first, with tools that have search capabilities and that can be shared directly within people's inboxes during the meeting. And anyone can further expand on it by accessing it as a link. A final approach that helps ensure you save time around meeting logistics is to empower people to save you time with calendar resources. For example, I used to spend a lot of time rescheduling events when people marked that they couldn't make them via email. But now, I use the event description to inform members of my organization that the calendar event can be modified by them and suggest that they choose an alternate time that works best for their schedule, as my calendar is already out to date. Furthermore, when I'm the person scheduling a sync with others, I include a friendly notice to why I set up the meeting, the topics I would like to discuss with them, and offer any links to any pertinent documents. This gives people time to think about how to best support me. And sometimes the solution is not a meeting, but instead it's them sharing a piece of information over chat or email, in turn saving us both time from having to meet. And there you have it, 5 approaches you can implement when working from home to boost your sense of productivity with all-day meetings. If you're interested in learning more about some of the items I mentioned, I've linked several resources in the description of this video. And if you found this episode helpful, please click like and subscribe for future episodes. Cheers! Yeah, video meetings are like super stressful. They stress me out. I'm pretty stressed out about it. I don't know, maybe it's not of it. Maybe I'm an introvert. I don't know. I am an introvert. I don't like meetings. But I know other people are really good at it.